Hi, Gerald Stafford here, Fourth Dimension Technologies, Microsoft provider of instructional skills certification. I'm going to give you a quick update on changes to the MCT program. Obviously, Microsoft is seriously strengthening this program so that those coming into the program have the necessary skill sets to earn the type of salaries that we're starting to see in the space. We've seen salaries grow 15, 16% in the last year or so. They've now climbed above 136,000 with medium salary ranges running from 85,000 to 253,000. So it's going to be a quick update. First, as of April of 2022, the Microsoft Office Specialist certification, or what's commonly known as the Mouse certification, will no longer meet the requirements for entry into the MCT program for new MCTs. So we'll talk about that a little. We'll also talk about something that just recently happened here in the month of August, where an employer reference letter will no longer meet the MCT entry requirements. Previously, you could use an employer reference letter and you would be able to bypass a Microsoft instructional skills class. That's no longer true. So you must now complete a Microsoft instructional skills course, and we're going to be talking about that in this short presentation. Okay, so as we said in the first slide, in our intro slide, the Microsoft Office Specialist or Mouse certification will no longer meet the entry-level requirements for the MCT program. For new MCTs, so if you are a person that is seeking to become an MCT and you hold the Mouse certification, that will no longer gain entry into the program. You'll have to upskill yourself by taking one of the 365 products or to be safe an associate level certification. The announcement was made April 1st of 2022, and it obviously created some buzz in the industry. One of the reasons for this is that the Microsoft certification, the Mouse certification, I should say, was established in 1997 and has always been a part of the MCT program. The MCT program was established in 1993, and it was established initially to drive certification for those that held certification in the Windows 3.1 and the SQL product line. So certification no longer works. If you are an existing MCT, you can still use your Mouse certifications to count toward your MCT. Existing, no changes. New, Mouse will no longer work. You'll have to seek another certification. Also, in August of 2022, Microsoft announced another change to the MCT program. Previously, if you did not want to take a Microsoft instructional skills course, you could still obtain the MCT by getting a reference letter from an employer showing that you had been an active trainer for at least 1 year. And Microsoft has always honored that, and that started pretty much since the inception of the MCT program. But as we see Microsoft gaining more and more traction in the marketplace, particularly in its Azure cloud-based product solutions, they are seriously strengthening the requirements to become a Microsoft certified trainer, and they are looking for you to really be able to verify that skill set. So as of August of 2022, an employer reference letter attesting to the fact that you had at least a year of training experience will no longer meet the MCT entry-level requirements. So it has been removed as a qualifier for the MCT program. You now have to take a Microsoft instructional skills class to become a Microsoft certified trainer, and you obviously have to have an underlying qualifying certification. You must complete a Microsoft instructional skills course in order to gain entry into the MCT program. So you know you have to have the underlying certification to even qualify you to take the course. And then when you take the course, it has to come from an authorized or approved provider of that specific skill set. They must be a provider of Microsoft instructional skills. There's perhaps 10, 15 companies at most that can provide that particular certification that you seek. Pay attention to the fact that not all Microsoft educational learning partners are authorized to provide Microsoft instructional skill set. That is a very specialized skill. And so just because a provider is a learning partner does not mean that they have the approval to issue certificates of completions specific to the MCT program. Those certificates of completion must come from an authorized provider of Microsoft instructional skills. You can easily see a list of each of the providers by simply Googling how to become an MCT. It will lead you directly to Microsoft's website. They have a list of all of the providers that are authorized for this particular certification. If someone tells you that they can give you that certification and they are not on that list, I would be very cautious about proceeding forward with that. Because if you do and you submit that certificate of completion to Microsoft and it is not from an authorized provider, they will in fact reject your certificate of completion and you would have wasted money and time. So make sure whoever you choose is on the list. Okay, so let's, in conclusion, just go over the updates that we've already talked about. Make sure that you're clear about it. If you are a holder of the Microsoft Office Specialist certification, commonly referred to as the Mouse certification, and you are seeking to become an MCT, you are not an existing MCT, that certification will no longer qualify you for entry into the MCT program. Our suggestion is, depending on what certification, well, what do you do in that particular certification and what your passion is, you may want to upgrade to one of the associate level certifications like Power BI or something in that family, or the 365 family. So bear in mind again, if you are newly seeking to become a Microsoft certified trainer, Mouse certification will no longer gain entry into that particular program. If you are an existing MCT, your Mouse certifications can continue to be used toward your MCT certification. New doesn't work anymore. Existing, no problem, no changes. Secondarily, an employer reference letter attesting to your training experience of at least a year of training is no longer valid. It will no longer gain you entry into the MCT program. Say it again. Previously, up until August 2022, you could submit a letter from your employer with a reference attesting to the fact that you have been a professional trainer for at least 1 year and not have to take the instructional skills course. That no longer is the case. You now have to take a Microsoft instructional skills course. Also, that instructional skills course must come from a authorized provider or an approved provider of Microsoft instructional skills certification specifically. Just because a company or a firm is a Microsoft education partner, learning partner, that does not by default mean that they can issue certificates of completions as they relate specifically to the MCT certification. Make sure again that you visit the website. You can visit our website or Microsoft's website and verify that whoever you're thinking of getting your certification from is on the list that is on Microsoft's website. So you must complete it from an approved provider. Okay, we're just going to wrap up here very quickly by leaving you some contact information for Fourth Dimension Technologies. What's our history? We started in 1999 developing Microsoft certified trainers, so we've been doing it obviously for quite some time. You can visit our website at https://fdtec.co. Again, https://fdtec.co. Our email address is info@fdtec.co. Again, that is info@fdtec.co. And you can call us at 1-770-800-1853. Again, that is 1-770-800-1853. I hope this has been informative. Now you know the current situation or updates to the MCT program, and good luck on your journey of becoming a Microsoft certified trainer.